Hello and welcome back to Fairhead. Now, we are going to start spending a bit of time working on the cows. Obviously it's January, it's snowing, we need to go and sell all of our wheat and barley. So that is exactly what we're going to do. First, bring as much money in as possible. And I've decided we're going to spend as much time with the cows as we can getting everything ready. We're going to skip a few months very shortly as soon as all this product is sold. And hopefully we'll have some calves, we'll be able to sort out the cow barn and potentially increase our cow operation. I think that's something that needs to be done. It's something I originally set out to do and haven't done, so really think that needs to be made a priority now until we can start moving some or doing some harvesting and again moving into potentially a new farm. The vote is still looking more like 62-63% to moving, so that's what we're looking at anyway. So I'll explain more as soon as I've got 3 trailer loads of wheat sold and 2 trailer loads of barley sold. So I will see you when that's done. Okay, so we're just backing into the trigger now with the first load of wheat. It's not going to give massive amounts, probably about 10 grand per trailer by the looks of it. One thing we definitely will need when we move into another farm is a larger trailer. I plan on scaling up the grass operation, and I want to start actually mixing proper TMR for the cows. Even though we do have Maize Plus and it works very well with just grass bales, I think that's cheating really. I'm taking the easy way out there, and I want to start doing it properly. So yeah, let's go and get a couple more of these sold. I'm not going to show you every time we tip. I'll literally just go, pick up, get as many loads done as I can, and I'll show you when we're tipping a load of barley. So again, be back in a mo. Okay, so I've got a worker currently doing the runs of taking the wheat and barley to the sell point. So basically what we're going to do is throw all of our grass bales in with the cows, make sure they stay topped up with water, and as soon as that worker's done, we're going to move on to maybe even April. I can't really see us having much in the way of anything to do between now and then. So I am just going to drop that there. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to drop it there now. Okay, so we'll move the tractor out the way. I need to make sure I stick with the water as well, so I will do that in a moment. But yeah, so I think now that the food is going to be definitely full for the animals. Yep, 80,000 litres, got bits of everything, and I just need to make sure I keep on top of water. So we'll take the bale trailer out actually. I wonder if we'll actually see the class arrive back for its last load of barley. Whoops. Too quick everywhere these days, I'm rushing and I shouldn't be. So yes, we're paying a wage, but that's not too much of a problem. You know, we're getting the stuff sold that we need to get sold. I'm actually tempted to go and get a few more cows now while we're moving on a few months. We should actually pass, thinking about it, the class on the way if we do that, so see if we can see that working away. So let's move the telehandler out the way. I really need to find a place to put all this equipment as well. Leaving it outside is just not ideal, which is another one of the reasons why I suggested potentially moving as well. I'm also thinking about selling the class tractor and the Ford to replace it with one more of a slightly higher horsepower, just because of the hills. It doesn't have to be a large tractor, but more horsepower certainly will come in very handy. And we don't need more than 2 tractors, I don't think. Having 3 is nice, but it's not necessarily necessary. Anyway, I'm blabbing. I'll turn this round and I will see you on the road if we come across the class doing its work. Okay, so the class is just coming round the corner now with the empty trailer ready to pick up some more barley. We've got to the quite large farm a little bit up the road from us. There he goes, make way for him and we can continue on our way. We're not far from the animal dealer now, so we may as well stick with it. I think if we can get, I'm thinking either 8, possibly even 16 more heifers. I really think that'll really boost our productivity come this time next year. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It might take a couple of runs to and from the animal dealer, and they will be Holstein cows as well, rather than the Black Swiss that we bought first time round. But now we've got them. So let's get there and buy some. It's going to be 2 loads, I would have thought. I think it's 8 per for this trailer. It's about the biggest one we could actually get as well, and actually fit around the map. I don't think we'd fit a large one in. So let's see how we do. Don't know why I was going to drive in there, then I would never have got out. Right, let's see what we can do there. Cool. So we need some heifers. We could actually buy some actual cows. They'll be pretty much ready to milk straight away as well. 5. Yeah. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to do 2 loads of pretty much breeding age, ready to milk cows. I want to get this up and running as quick as possible. They will bring in money. So we'll probably come across the class again on the way back, but I'll see you once we're delivering the first load of cows to our field. Okay, it looks like we're ready to add our first 5. Move to husbandry. Yes, okay. So that means now we should have some Holsteins in here as well. Yep, and it's looking a bit more busy. I think 1 more load will be perfect. It's definitely going to look a lot better as well, because we will have some calves moving around in February as well. So I can't wait to see that. Just brings it a bit more to life then. Might even look at getting some igloos if I can find a space for them. Right, so I'll go and get 1 more load, and I will see you back here in just a moment. Okay, so we're back with the last load of cows. That should take us pretty much as full as we're going to be for now. And then it's a case of moving on. So I'm likely to see you in... when? Let's see. Let's get them moved across first. I'm likely to see you now in possibly March or April time. So I'm going to skip a couple of months, get to the point where we'll be able to do some work again, and I will see you then. Okay, so we have made it to March. The cows have eaten all the food, and as you can see, we now have a lot more. If we go into the animal menu, you can see we currently have not much food at all, so we really need to get that done. So I need to do that as soon as possible. We've got some grass ready to cut, so that can be done, no issue. But first, I have a big problem here. We have literally no space for any more milk. So I'm going to see if we can find a tanker that's going to be big enough to move a decent amount of milk, so we can get it sold, gain some money, and then get on with mowing. So let's have a quick look in... That's all animal transport. We need... oh, what we're going to look for? Animals. See, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this out. If I can get it out of the store, then this with a dolly might just do it. Possibly. Let's have a look, see if I've got anything else as well. That's a slightly shorter tanker. I'm going to give that a try. 25,000 litres at a time it'll take. So we're going to lease that. And we're going to lease it with a dolly. Should give us a bit more freedom to move. So I think, really, we're going to need the Massey for that. And it's probably too big for the Massey, really, in all honesty. But once we've got on top of this milk, we can do that as like a daily start, get rid of all the milk every morning using a smaller tanker. I will look for some mods in the very near future. I might actually just send this straight to the store actually while I've got the go to vehicle shop. Just send it there. Right, so I will go and wait for that to get picked up, and I will have a quick look before we go at what fields we're going to mow, which I already know really what we should mow. This needs to be done. It's not been done for ages. There is access to it. Probably get a mower through there actually and do the whole lot. So I might mow up all of that little bit and all of this here, because they should all be ready. It's a bit frosty, so I might skip a bit of time, but we shall see what it's like once we've gone through and sold as much milk as we can. So I'll go and pick up the tanker like I said, and I will be back with you in a minute. Okay, so we've picked up the tanker. The frost is disappearing. How does belting? We've managed to get that tanker out. That's going to come in very, very handy, and we may have to buy one of these in the future, especially if they're bringing 60,000 litres of milk in every, what, two months. One of these will come in very, very handy. So we're going to go and sell a couple of loads of milk, and then we're going to mow a field ready to be baled up next time and give them basically straight to the cows, because they're going to need it. They're going to take a lot of feeding now. So I'll see you when we've got a load of milk. Okay, so we've got 25,000 litres of milk. Our biggest challenge now is getting up this very steep hill with very heavy trailer behind this not particularly powerful tractor. Okay, so the helping hand has been given. I'm sure we know how it happened. We need to do something about that slope though, that's very steep. Either that or make a nice flat exit out of there somehow. This is going to be difficult now, getting this around here. Or is it? No, actually it's not. And the sell point is only around the corner. But this should bring in a nice sum of money. All the milk that we have should bring in quite a substantial sum of money. Get out the way, dear. There you go. So we need to go up around, it's around the edge of field 112. And it looks like the sell point is at the back. Yeah. And there's a fence there that I didn't mean to hit. Yeah, we definitely want a more powerful tractor for carting a decent amount of milk around. If anybody got any ideas of what we should go for in a tractor if we replace the Class and the Ford, let me know. I've got some ideas myself. I wouldn't mind trying a JCB out of some sort, but also a decent sized fence as well would be good. So this is like, just literally tip it here. Oh, it is. So money should rocket up now, because it's over 1,000, well over 1,000 per litre. So let's see how we get on with that. 35,000, and we do have another tanker load and then some to go. Are we actually going to get out of that tight squeeze? Yeah. No. Probably straighten the tractor up along there would be better. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to get another load, and I'll meet you back here when we're ready to sell load number 2. Okay, so we're arriving now with load number 2. Should hopefully get it in the trigger without any problems again. But this time we'll try and get closer. Alright, so load number 2, another 30-odd thousand pounds. And we're going to have a 4th part load before I get rid of this setup. There we go. Right, I'm going to do that. And again, I'll be back with you, I think now, when we're ready to start mowing some grass. Okay, so we are doing our first cut of grass, and I've not forgotten to turn on the conditioner this time. It's a bit early really, but needs must. So we're going to just get this one field cut. Hopefully then we can wait for the others to get a little bit more yield. But this should do us easily a month or two of food. So I'm just going to spend my time now getting this mowed up. I'll do a time lapse and I will see you when the time lapse is over. See you in a minute. Alright, so we're coming to an end of mowing this grass field and the lower grass field as well. I did combine them in both into one, and that means we can actually save the other grass fields for when there's a bit more yield. The only problem is, I don't think we've got enough grassland to sustain the cows, especially if we need to stockpile over winter as well. So that's definitely something I need to look at. So let's go and get all this mower away. There is one thing we can do, try and reduce the amount of food that's being taken, and that is sell the male calves. I was hoping to save them for a bit longer and sell them when they're worth a bit more. But that's that rolled, mowed even. I might actually get a grass roller because we're actually sitting nice in the bank for a change, 224,000. But again, every little counts, especially when we're going to be looking at moving to, I'm thinking, to a most northern farm on the map. Let's go to it. I really think this up here, with some of these big grass fields, and then change some of the others if we can get good access into arable fields, and just try and own this whole top plot, and then increase it to 2 or 3 day seasons, so we've got plenty of time to work all these fields and do the work we need to do in them. But let me know what you think of that idea. If not, we could go for something like this. Again, just that whole plot. I don't really want to use the main farm, but it does have some really good sized fields with it, especially if you bought 93 as well. I'd like the idea of this top half, this top sort of third or quarter, this top eighth of the map, say, from field 96, 98, 96, 98, 109, all them around there as well. If we could eventually have all that, I think we'd be having a pretty good operation going. So the animals, anyway, are doing very well. Not very well, they definitely need the grass putting in like as soon as possible. But we do have 8 male calves. They'll sell for £84 each. But if we can fatten them up a bit and get a bit more money out of them, that might be the way to go. So we need to get that grass out and in to this next time, first thing. But that is all I've got time for today. If you enjoyed the episode, please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more on Fairhead when we're finally progressing a little bit quicker. Goodbye.